development and deployment. Docker containers are becoming increasingly popular for simplifying application development and deployment. They provide a consistent and portable environment that can run virtually anywhere. Related posts: a comprehensive guide to App Store marketing strategies. Boost your app's success with these top ASO tools and techniques. 1. Introduction to Docker containers. Docker containers are rapidly becoming an essential tool for software development and deployment. In essence, they are a lightweight, standalone executable package that includes everything required to run an application, including the code, libraries, dependencies, and runtime. Docker provides a highly efficient way to package and deploy applications across different platforms and environments, making it easier to build, test, and deploy software applications quickly and reliably. The benefits of using Docker containers include faster development cycles, better portability, improved scalability, and simplified management of complex applications. This article will explore the basics of Docker containers and how they can simplify the development and deployment of software applications. Therefore, they can increase your app by buying. How to increase app installs from Google Ads. 2. Installing and setting up Docker. Installing and setting up Docker is the first step towards leveraging its powerful containerization capabilities. It involves downloading and installing the Docker engine on your machine, configuring Docker settings, and verifying the installation. Installing and setting up Docker. Source: ASOService.com. Once Docker is up and running, you can start creating and managing containers for your applications. This includes pulling existing images from Docker registries, building custom images, and running containers based on those images. Docker can be installed on various operating systems, including Windows, Linux, and Mac OS, making it a versatile tool for developers and IT professionals alike. Proper installation and setup of Docker are essential to ensure optimal performance and efficiency when using containerization for application development and deployment. 3. Creating and managing containers. Docker containers are a powerful tool for creating, deploying, and managing applications in a portable and efficient way. Creating and managing containers in Docker is a straightforward process that allows developers to quickly create lightweight and isolated environments for their applications. To create a container, developers start by building an image, which is a packaged version of their application, along with all of its dependencies. This image can be stored and shared, allowing other developers to easily reproduce the environment on their own machines. Building and managing containers with Azure. Source: YouTube. Once the image is built, developers can use it to create a container, which is an instance of the image running in an isolated environment. Containers can be started, stopped, and restarted as needed, and they can communicate with other containers and with the host system. Managing containers in Docker is done using the Docker CLI or a container orchestration platform like Kubernetes. Developers can view the status of running containers, monitor resource usage, and configure networking and storage options. With Docker, developers can create and manage containers for a variety of applications, from simple web servers to complex microservices architectures. By using containers, developers can ensure that their applications are running in a consistent and reliable environment, making it easier to debug and troubleshoot issues. 4. Networking and storage in Docker containers. Networking and storage are crucial aspects of Docker container management that can have a significant impact on an application's performance and reliability. Docker provides various options for managing networking and storage within containers. In terms of networking, Docker provides 3 types of network configurations: bridge, host, and overlay. The bridge network is the default network type, and it enables communication between containers on the same host. The host network configuration enables the container to use the host's network stack, which can improve performance but also increases security risks. The overlay network configuration enables communication between containers on different hosts in a cluster. Docker also provides various storage options for managing container data. These options include volumes, bind mounts, and TMPFS mounts. Volumes are the preferred storage option for persisting data between container instances and can be easily managed through the Docker CLI or API. Bind mounts enable the container to access the host file system, while TMPFS mounts are used for storing temporary data. In summary, Proper management of networking and storage within Docker containers is critical to ensure that an application runs smoothly and reliably. Docker provides various options for managing these aspects, allowing developers to choose the most appropriate solution for their application's specific needs. 5. Deployment and scaling with Docker Compose. Docker Compose is a tool for defining and running multi-container Docker applications. It allows users to define the services that make up an application and how they interact with each other. Docker Compose simplifies the process of deploying and scaling an application by providing a simple, declarative way to define the entire infrastructure needed to run it. One of the key benefits of Docker Compose is its ability to automate the deployment and scaling of an application. With a single command, users can bring up all the necessary containers and services needed to run an application. This makes it easy to deploy an application to different environments, such as development, testing, and production. Scaling Docker. Using Docker Compose plus Docker Swarm plus Nginx, Sandeep Das, Source. YouTube. Docker Compose also makes it easy to scale an application by allowing users to increase the number of instances of a service. This is done by simply specifying the desired number of instances in the Docker Compose file and running the Docker Compose up command. Docker Compose takes care of starting the additional containers and connecting them to the network. In addition to deployment and scaling, Docker Compose also provides a way to manage the configuration of an application. Users can define environment variables, mount volumes, and specify network settings in the Docker Compose file. This makes it easy to manage the configuration of an application across different environments. Overall, Docker Compose is a powerful tool for simplifying the deployment and scaling of Docker containers. It provides a simple, declarative way to define an application and its infrastructure, making it easier for developers to focus on writing code rather than managing infrastructure. 6. Best practices and tips for Docker containers. Docker containers have become a popular choice for simplifying application development and deployment thanks to their ability to provide an isolated and consistent environment for applications to run in. However, as with any technology, if you want to know more about Docker containers, you can refer to Microsoft Store app reviews. Here are some of the best practices and tips for Docker containers. Use small images. Docker images should be as small as possible to ensure quick and efficient container creation and deployment. This can be achieved by removing any unnecessary dependencies or files from the image. Keep images up to date. Docker images should be updated regularly to ensure that any security vulnerabilities or bugs are fixed and that the latest features are available. Docker file best practices. Source. YouTube. Use volumes for persistent data. Volumes allow for persistent data storage in Docker containers, which is important for applications that require data to persist even if the container is destroyed. Use environment variables for configuration. Environment variables can be used to configure applications running inside Docker containers. This allows for easy configuration and portability between different environments. By following these best practices and tips, you can ensure that your Docker containers are efficient, secure, and reliable, and that you are getting the most out of this powerful technology. Conclusion. Docker containers provide an efficient way to simplify application development and deployment processes. By following best practices and utilizing the various features and tools available, teams can maximize the benefits of Docker and enhance their overall productivity. Therefore, developers can increase your app on top app keyword ranking on App Store. Related posts. https also service.com app installs downloads https also service.com Microsoft Store app reviews. Thanks so much for reading this article. Source. https